Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to our daily upload here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason, as always, each and every day, bringing you the best Steelers content here on YouTube and across all platforms. Again, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. And welcome to the show. And we are going to give you Steelers keys to victory today against the Indianapolis Colts as the Steelers travel to Indianapolis to take on the Colts in week 4. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers have several things here that they need to overcome. Injuries. You did have Deshaun Elliott with that quad injury. However, was a full participant yesterday in practice, so hopefully that's not going to be too big of an issue. However, the back end of that defense is really reliant right now on Deshaun Elliott because why, guys? He has played lights out each and every series of this young season. And he has proven to be one of the better acquisitions. All offseason, we kept talking about the impact of Deshaun Elliott and what that was going to mean for the Steelers back end. I gotta say, man, he's proven to be that guy, and each and every week he comes to play. And it would be a heavy blow if Deshaun Elliott wasn't there. I know you have Dermonte Casey, whom played with Minka Fitzpatrick on the back end last year in 2023. However, I just feel way more comfortable with Deshaun Elliott being that starter, being that guy that's in there for the majority of the snaps. So that is something to watch, and that is a key to victory for the Steelers, overcoming injuries in the secondary. You have Dante Jackson that's been banged up. You have other players that has been banged up. Corey Trice now goes to IR. He will miss at least 4 weeks here of this season. So you won't expect him back now probably till what, week 7 at the earliest, week 8 probably, because he'll have to miss the full 4 weeks. So week 8 is when you'll probably see Corey Trice again. But injuries have been the story of this young season, hasn't it, friends? It has been the story that keeps popping up, the story that's an unwanted one, but it keeps coming up and biting the Steelers like it did last year. I'm just hoping that it's early. They can overcome it. They can continue to grow. Players can continue to step up. You still do have Terrell Edmonds. So if Deshaun Elliott isn't able to go in the back end, maybe they promote Terrell Edmonds into that lineup and get some snaps behind Dermonte Casey. So let's continue to go through that defense. Some of the keys that need to happen for the Steelers to continue on this path of victory here that they have so far here in this young season. The Steelers have to still get pressure with minimal numbers. That has to be the story every single week, especially when you have injuries on the back end in your secondary. You have to get pressure with minimal numbers, and it has to be something that you do on a consistent basis. Rushing 4, possibly 5, has to be the Steelers' mantra, the Steelers' way of playing defense. Excuse me. But if you were able to be effective with that pass rush with 4, getting constant pressure on Anthony Richardson, still being able to play solid coverage on the back end, still being able to confuse Richardson into making mistakes, I think that that is the way that you win this ball game. Minimal numbers in terms of the pass rush. That has to be the main focus for the Steelers. Also, guys like Cam Hayward, Keanu Benton, Larry Ogunjobi, those guys on the front of that Steelers defensive line have to be able to stop the run. They have to be able to control that Colts run game and control it with, again, minimal numbers. They have to be able to handle that pressure of being able to contain a high-powered run game. Anthony Richardson himself is a real threat to run the football. So you have to be able to apply pressure if you are that defensive line to be able to handle that run game in a big, big way. Those linebackers have to be able to play it both ways. They have to be able to come downhill, handle that run, but yet still be effective in that pass game, because that's where I think you may see some turnovers with the speed of the Pittsburgh Steelers in the middle of the defense. Peyton Wilson, Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen almost had one last week against Justin Herbert. Those plays, I think, could really pop up this week for the Steelers defense in the middle. I think that that's where you could start to see maybe some turnovers from the Steelers team in terms of splash plays, turnovers there with the linebacker group. And that's why I said, it's nice to have guys like Elandon Roberts in there that can come downhill and thump, Patrick Queen that can come downhill and thump, guys like Peyton Wilson that can cover. Patrick Queen can cover too here and there. So, yes, I like that mix. I like that speed. I like the way they can get sideline to sideline, still be able to help with that run game, but yet still be able to be back there and try to possibly cause some real turnovers for the Steelers and really make things a little bit easier on that defense when you play good in the middle. Guys on the edges, Dante Jackson, Joey Porter Jr., etc., they still have to be fast. They have to play physical off the line of scrimmage. I think physical off the line of scrimmage this week means more than I think most want to let on this week. This is a big week. Why? Because I think you can force Anthony Richardson into mistakes. And if you press off that line of scrimmage and don't allow these receivers to get free releases, I think that that complicates things a little bit more for Anthony Richardson. It delays his progress in through his progressions, and that is the name of the game this week for the Steelers. Confuse, delay Anthony Richardson. Do not allow him to get on time. Do not allow him to start to be able to sit back there and pick this defense apart. And then that puts you on your heels and allows that run game to really start to take effect. And I got to admit, guys, that is the key. The true key overall for the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is confusion and delaying Anthony Richardson in his progressions and his ability to get comfortable. That has to be it, guys. And we'll see if the Steelers on defense can get that done. Let's talk about offensively for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Justin Fields going into game 4 has shown progression each and every week, has shown growth each and every week. And that is something that has to be credited to Justin Fields and his hard work. Again, we've been critics of this guy all season, all off season, and the work has been put in. And that's all you can ask for Justin Fields. And we have to applaud that. So let's hope that he continues that trend this week and shows a little bit more growth. I know it's a road game. I don't expect to see an explosion offensively, but I do expect to see the same standard that you had last week against the Chargers at home. I think the offense cannot take a step back. And if you're Mike Tomlin, I think the biggest key to victory this week for the Pittsburgh Steelers offensively is not boxing back in that offense, not getting them into that ultra conservative mode, not being, oh God, we can't make a play. We can't push the ball down the field because we don't want to make a mistake. No, I think the defense will get the ball back early and often. And if you're the Steelers offensively, you got to take some chances. They got to be calculated risks yet, but you still need to mix it up. And I really, truly think that the Justin Fields and Pat Freiermuth could have a monster day. With that too high safety look, the way they play that with the safeties being split, allowing the linebackers to work the middle of that defense, allowing the Pittsburgh Steelers perhaps to create some mismatches with guys like Pat Freiermuth, with guys like Darnell Washington, and perhaps maybe seeing Connor Hayward start to emerge here this week. I think this could be the story of the game for Justin Fields. And I know you want to go with the sexy picks, the George Pickens, the Calvin Austins, those guys, perhaps even a Roman Wilson. Yes, they have to be involved, but you have to see the tight ends as a whole. That whole room has to be involved this week. And I think that that would really get this offense moving. I think it would really take some pressure off the run game, continually move the sticks, and build Justin Fields' confidence even more and more and more, and allow him to get high percentage throws under his belt over and over and over again, allowing him to become more and more comfortable, which is going to create those splash plays each and every week as that confidence builds. So, guys, again, offensively, the keys here for the Steelers: allow Justin Fields to get in rhythm with high percentage, high confidence throws across the middle of the field. drag routes, create the mismatches on the Colts linebacking core. And then with that too high split safety look, then you can maybe perhaps beat them over the top with a Calvin Austin on a skinny post, on a flag route, something like that after you start to really draw the attention into the middle of the defense. I think then perhaps you could hit that big splash play to create those big points that mean so much in a football game. So, guys, that's offensively and defensively what I think the keys are. They're simple, they're easy, and I think the Steelers need to consistently stick with that simple formula each and every week. That is how they got to get it done. And yes, it seems simple, it sounds simple, but it's not simple, and it has to be executed correctly. And you have to continue to see that offensive line continue to get healthier and grow and gel together. Zach Frazier has played phenomenal for a young man in his rookie season. Broderick Jones had a bounce back game last week. Dan Moore Jr. has to bounce back a little bit more this week. And I could start to see the Steelers line really being effective, getting Najee Harris, Cordell Patterson, and company some big runs out of the backfield. So, again, those are the keys. That's what I think the Pittsburgh Steelers team needs to do. I will give tonight my score prediction for the Steelers Colts and let you know which bets to hammer down on, where you need to put your hard-earned cash in order to maybe make some money here this week in the Steelers Colts matchup. So make sure you tune in tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Steel City Live, the best damn sports show, the best damn live show on the internet when it comes to the NFL and your Pittsburgh Steelers. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for the super chats. They have been awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you. And without you guys, this thing doesn't go. And we will get a giveaway. We might end up doing 2 next month. Yeah, we'll see how that all rolls. I explain more of that tonight on the live show. But make sure you share and like everything. It is so important now that we are in this new format here to continue to spread the word of our great community here. And it's only great because of you, not because of Jason, Sean, or Nick. It is because of you, the viewer. So make sure you continue to help us and continue to guide the way the stream goes, the way the success goes for us here at Mike Drop Sports. So until tonight, guys, I am Jason, and this is Mike Drop Sports. Peace.